This week marks 40 years since one of the most brazen, unsolved murders in Chicago history. An insurance salesman with close ties to the Chicago mob gunned down outside a Lincolnwood hotel in broad daylight. Insiders say organized crime feared he might rat out mob higher-ups after being convicted himself. CBS 2's Chris Tye takes a closer look at the still unanswered questions and the murder of Allen Dorfman.
Despite his jet-set lifestyle, Dorfman had his brushes with the law.
That video is of freshly convicted insurance executive Allen Dorfman.
In 1975,
that voice is of former CBS 2 crime reporter John "Bulldog" Drummond.
In my opinion, it's other than the fact of the Sam G. and Connor murder in 1975, it probably is the biggest mystery of any organized crime hit we've had in Chicago.
Walking through the Dirksen Federal Building in 1982, Allen Dorfman was between criminal cases. He and two prominent mob figures were freshly convicted of funneling Teamsters pension money to mob casinos in Vegas. And he was days away from heading to San Francisco on another case. And it's believed he had deep mob secrets.
Now, you was concerned that this guy was going to spill his beans. Allen, at 60 years of age, can't take hard time anymore. He's not going to be put away for as much as 20 years. He's going to talk. So we've got to do something about it.
Out on bond, Dorfman was having lunch with a friend at the old Purple Hotel that used to stand here in Lincolnwood. Drummond says someone tipped off the mafia that day 40 years ago this Friday.
They had to get rid of Dorfman. They had to take the risks of doing the hit in public like that because they normally would have never done that. But they had to get him while they could before he went to California and start spilling the beans.
The clock was ticking.
Yes, it was. They had to hit him and do it soon.
Sandwiched between two cars, one of them his, with a copy of the Paul Newman movie The Verdict in the back seat, he was taken out.
Gunned down, 7 shots to the head in broad daylight at noontime when people were frequenting the hotel was almost unprecedented.
When Dorfman walked the Dirksen halls as his professional world crumbled, he couldn't know the end was near. 40 years later, the veteran Drummond wouldn't have believed back then that the murder of the insurance executive with mafia ties would still be unsolved.
And it's still the mystery today as it was back in 1983 in that cold January day when they put 7 slugs into Mr. Dorfman's head with it. The fact they did it in broad daylight at a popular restaurant hotel and got away with it, it's never been cleared, and I thought by now it would have been.
In Lincolnwood, Chris Tye, CBS 2 News.